theme parks for grown-ups. Today we're going to talk about what a travel blogger might bring into a theme park like Disneyland, Disney World, Universal Studios, any other sort of place that has a roller coaster. It's a really interesting thing to talk about just because we bring into different types of things and different gear with us because the conditions are strange. There's not a lot of places to put your things. You kind of have to just carry it around all day. Really, you just kind of have to think about going into a theme park like you're going on a day-long hike, and that's a pretty similar comparison just because you're going to be walking around for about 10 miles a day, and carrying everything on your back like that gets really tiring. Now, there are some things you can't really compromise on, like a camera, etc. This kind of gear is very heavy, but there are things you can kind of cut back on and make choices on every day just to make sure that you're not wearing yourself down and you're still enjoying your vacation. So let me show you what I bring with me, and if you have anything that is special that you bring with you, go ahead and comment below and let me know what you'd bring to a park. In addition to gear, camera gear, iPhone gear, that sort of thing, I'm also going to talk about all the essentials you'll need in addition to your camera gear, like water and sunblock, things that are very important and vital in order to survive a day at Disney World. So this is the size of bag that I bring with me. It's pretty lightweight, so it's not going to add a lot of weight to everything that I'm carrying with me. Another good idea would be like a hiking bag, because then you can release the weight from your shoulders and your hips if you have all the little straps and the clippies. I've done that before, but I've opted for this one just because I just like it more. It's just, like I said, it's a little lightweight. Also, it's kind of cool because on the inside it has this insulation, so if I put like food in there or water, it doesn't get hot very fast. It's also kind of plasticky, so if it pours down on me, I know my camera is going to be safe in here. So this is the size that I use, and yeah, let me know if you have any other suggestions on that one. Obviously, the most important thing that I'm going to bring with me is my camera. I don't have a DSLR, I have a mirrorless camera because they're a little bit more lightweight. I have a Sony A7 III, so it's actually pretty nice because it's not huge and heavy and bulky in my bag. It's actually pretty compact. I can't show it to you because it's obviously filming me right now, but take my word for it, I am a huge advocate for mirrorless cameras. I know people are diehards for DSLRs, but for what I do, for the photography that I do inside of the parks, this camera is just fantastic, and it takes great video, as you can see. In addition to the camera, some people like to bring in tripods. I don't have a portable tripod like a GorillaPod. I only have a big, bulky, awful tripod that's terrible for carrying around. So I leave my tripod at home. Tripods are great if you're gonna take like beautiful long exposures for like the fireworks and things of that nature. So if you wanna do that sort of thing, totally bring in a tripod and a little remote control so you can do that for yourself. But I don't do that. I don't take the long exposures. I just mostly use it for, you know, like scenery shots and lots of delicious food. So that's what I use my camera for, and some video, of course. And so in addition to your camera, you might want to bring in a portable tripod, so a GorillaPod would be a good idea. If you want to lug around that tripod with you, they do have rentable lockers at Disney World and Disneyland, so you can stuff it in a locker for the majority of the day, and if you want that beautiful fireworks shot, just get it out of the locker and then wait for the fireworks. So that's a really great idea. In addition to my camera and possibly a tripod for you, I also bring in, of course, an extra battery and extra memory cards. These are so crucial. I can't even stress this enough. Now, if you don't have a big fancy camera, that's totally cool. A lot of people use their iPhones for videos, for YouTube, for their channels, and definitely for Instagram. Your iPhone works really great for Instagram. It's just made for it. Obviously, the app is made for your iPhone, so don't worry about it if you don't have a big fancy thing. I only use my camera for like beautiful pictures in the park. But you don't necessarily need it for videos, and you don't necessarily need it for beautiful pictures either. Some people get by just fine with their iPhone. So if you are bringing your phone, I have some extra gear that I actually bring along with me, or I'll swap it out. Either I'll bring my camera and everything that goes along with that, or I will just bring my iPhone and some of the gear to like make it extra fancy and extra cool. So I'll bring my iPhone, and obviously don't forget a portable charger, because the parks, not only are you just using your phone a lot when you're in there, but like the parks drain it out so much because of the crowds. You'll just drain your battery just being in there and using it every so often. Pro tip about your phone: if you're going to use like the Disney World app or the Disneyland app within the park, that drains your battery the most. So take a screenshot of all of your plans for the day. So if you have fast passes or dining reservations, take a screenshot of it so it's just in your photos and you can just open your photos to see everything that's going on there, just so you don't have to open the app every so often. That's just a little side tip there. So always bring in your portable charger and a cord, obviously, to go into your portable charger, and then I also bring in an extra block just in case this one dies too. Don't want to be stranded. Like I said, you might not have a big fancy camera or don't even want to spend the money on a big fancy camera and you'd rather just do things on your iPhone to save some money. That's totally fine. There are some cool pieces of gear that you can invest in to make your shots look a little bit nicer and a little bit cleaner. And one of them is this like stabilizer. So it's just an iPhone stabilizer. So when you turn it on, you put your iPhone in there directly and turn on your video and you turn it on and it will stabilize for you. So look, it says it like balances out the camera, so if you're like running or walking or making shots, it doesn't make it look like a big fuzzy mess and it's moving around like you're gonna have motion sickness or anything like that. So it's kind of a cool piece of gear. This was $100. Obviously it's a little bit of an investment, but it's way cheaper than just buying a mirrorless camera or a DSLR. The cool thing about this, not only is it just a cool piece of gear, but also it comes with like a cool little tripod thing here, so you can just hook it up and like put it on a desk, and so if you're just gonna do like a little video blog or just a little vlog in the morning, it can like stand upright, so it's not gonna like topple over in the middle of your speech or anything like that. It also comes with an extra cord, and not only does that charge the gimbal itself, the stabilizer, but it also, if you plug it in to the base here and into your phone as well, it'll charge your phone while it's using the stabilizer. So that's kind of cool. I would look into that. The second piece of gear that I might suggest is a moment lens. And so it's just a little lens, like a wide angle lens that'll go and screw right onto your lens on your camera. It has like a special case and you put it right on there. And so you get kind of cool like wide angle shots while you're in the parks and some effects in that way. Instead of having a big fancy camera, like I said. So those are two things you might want to look into purchasing. I don't have a moment lens because I have a camera, but I like the gimbal because if I don't want to bring in my camera for videos, like I'll just use this. It's pretty cool. So those are two pieces of gear you might want to think about. Okay, now that we've talked about gear and stuff like that, let's talk about some more specifics. And all of this can apply to anyone who isn't a travel blogger, or maybe you are a travel blogger and you're going for the first time at Disney World and you don't really know what else to bring inside the parks. So this is just a quick checklist of everything that I put in my park bag in addition to all of my other gear too. So the first one is obviously going to be your magic band. Don't leave home without it. If you're staying at a Disney World hotel, it's obviously going to have your hotel key and your park tickets and anything else, like your credit card is linked to this, like the credit card that's linked to your hotel is linked to this too. So if you want to make purchases, you can use your magic band at restaurants, and also all of your dining plan credits are linked to this too. So this is a very important piece of little gear. Obviously, if you have park tickets and you're not staying at a Disney World hotel, but you have instead like the cards, remember those in addition to your hotel keys. There's nothing worse than like coming home at like midnight and having to go to your front desk and ask for another hotel key. It's just so exhausting. So remember that. Magic bands. Obviously your photo ID and your wallet, don't forget that too. Photo ID is very important if you want a good cocktail at Epcot and just to identify yourself in general. Don't leave home without it. The absolute most important thing you can do for yourself is to hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. I can't stress this enough. If you are feeling down in the middle of the day and you just want to go home and take a nap, I can almost guarantee you it's because you're not hydrated enough. I know that sounds like a mother telling a child what they need to do, but it is absolutely the truth. So don't forget either buy a water bottle and bring it with you. Like they have these cool little like camel packs that you can buy on Amazon, or like little silicone sacks basically that you can fill with water that are super lightweight, and you can put it in your bag, and so you can drink it throughout the day and then empty it, and so they're not just like big and bulky. Remember one of those in your bag, like either that or buy one bottle of water in the day and then use it throughout the rest of the day and just keep refilling it at different quick service places because the water is free. If you want to refill your water, they'll do it for you for free. So don't keep buying water bottles throughout the day because it'll get really expensive, but either bring your own or just buy one and keep refilling it throughout the day. So that's number one, is the water. The second thing I would definitely advise doing is bringing some like hydration tablets. And so you just drop one of these into your water, and then that will hydrate you too. Most of the time, if you're feeling dehydrated, you are lacking electrolytes. So don't forget electrolytes, it's so important. These are pretty cool, Noon. They're like little effervescent things, kind of like airborne. You pop them in and put them in and let them bubble up, and then drink it down. Very important. Next important thing to remember is sunblock, and also SPF chapstick. A lot of people remember the sunblock, but they don't remember this. It's just the most miserable thing in the world to have like blisters and chapped lips because you've been in the sun all day and you've been dehydrated and that sort of thing, so remember this. I also advise using like a sport sunblock because you're gonna be sweating like crazy. Also, remember to bring in some over-the-counter drugs if you need them. I never leave anywhere without ibuprofen, so that's why I bring those. And also, I have some allergy medicine that I bring with me too, just in case. In addition to these first aid items, bring some Band-Aids, because again, you don't want to be walking around with blisters on your feet. It's just going to feel so god-awful. If you don't have any of these things and you forget them or whatever, it's okay. Go to the nearest first aid station. There's a first aid station at every park, and they're usually located at the entrance, and they'll give you like free Band-Aids, some over-the-counter drugs and things like that. If you need those sort of things, just don't be afraid to go in there. One extra necessity I bring are these Frog Tog chili pads. Super popular for the parks. What you do is you just get them wet and then they stay cool, and you can like, you know, throw them around your neck or whatever, and they cool you down too, but they don't get you wet. Like, they won't get your clothes wet. It's not like a towel. It just absorbs the water itself and then doesn't like reabsorb it onto you, and they stay cool for a very long time, so very nice. I recommend these or either like the spray misty fans, but those are super heavy, so unless you know you have kids who like those things and like to spray people in the face with them, then get those. I do like being sprayed in the face with them, but I don't bring them around because they're just so heavy to bring around. So these are a cool alternative. Yes. As for fun gear, don't forget to bring your ears. I like to buy ears at Etsy stores before I go there because A, they are super cute. They're always much cuter than the ones in the park. I'm sorry about it. B, they're also much more comfortable than the ones you can buy in the park. The ones in the park have these crazy headbands that like feel like they are just constricting my head. And as somebody who gets like migraines super easily, I do not like them. So I only buy Etsy shop hats or Etsy shop ears. And I got these from Main Street Ear Shop on Etsy, so check her out, she's pretty cool. And then for other gear, there's lots of cute like t-shirt shops on Etsy too. So instead of buying park merchandise there, which you might want to do, but also there's some cute stuff there that you might want to buy beforehand just to get yourself excited. The other t-shirt shop that I really like is Once Upon Apparel. They have really cute stuff too. So look into that stuff too. And that's all, folks. That's all I bring with me to the parks. Well, that's not all. That's a lot of stuff that I bring with me. I no joke, bring all of that with me into the parks. When you're in a park for that long, you don't want to waste any time by going back to the hotel because you missed something. So make a checklist for yourself and make sure that you're bringing it all with you. I do have a cool little free downloadable cheat sheet that I give away that actually has a theme park packing checklist within it. So if you sign up for the newsletter, then you get the free theme park checklist along with that. Not only do you get that, but you also get this cool cheat sheet that has 15 ways to save money on your Disney World vacation. Very cool and very useful as well. I'll put the link in the description below so you can just click on it and sign up for it and then get that downloadable cheat sheet sent right to your inbox. No pressure if you want to be on my email and newsletter list or whatever. You can unsubscribe as soon as you get that downloadable cheat sheet. But I do like say a lot of cool things in my newsletter, like Disney news and anything that's coming to the parks, lots of fun snack pictures, that sort of thing. So my newsletter's a blast if you want to stay on it. Otherwise, I hope to see you all soon, and I'll see you in the parks.